Hello and welcome back, my flock. The Badraven here. I am going to try to do a 12-part series of kind of like interviews, I guess, about myself. And I'm going to release these all probably a week apart, but it's going to take a year. I'm going to do one monthly starting August of this month of 2019. The exact date is the 26th. Or technically the 27th, because it's after midnight here where I work. I'm going to do a 12-part series. See, I'm getting ready to retire from my job here at the water company on August 1st, 2020. So it's a year away. So I decided I would do a 12-part series each month leading up to the final month of July to my retirement. So this is the first part of the videos, and I'm very excited to tell you that within a year I'm going to be retiring from the water company, and not necessarily never working again, but I'm going to be probably working in a part-time capacity other places, not here at the water company. I'll be out of the water business altogether if I can. I'm a certified operator, and I can keep my license up and come back probably after a certain period of time and work here if I want to, if my boss wants me back. They always kid me about staying. I've been here 26 years, a little over 26 years, and I am ready for a change. And you might be thinking, well, once you go for the 30 years and get a little more money in your retirement. Well, the way my job works, and see, I work night shift. I work from 4:30 in the evening till 4:30 in the morning. Give or take any problems where I have to work longer than that. And that's a 12-hour shift. And I get my hours in and stuff like that, but it's a very lonely shift because I'm here by myself all the time. And, it makes it difficult to, especially when I have a child, the Drew drop. It's even though he is 18 now, I still do not get to be around him a lot except on days off. I do get a rotating weekend, and I do have a few days off during the week. It's not horrible. It's not a horrible schedule. It's just when you have family or someone at home, it's a little difficult. And luckily I live very close to here. Drew Drop can get a hold of me anytime, and we try to use our calling features. Face-to-face calling. It really helps out me get to see him more often, because usually when he comes in from school, I'm getting ready to go to work. It's kind of a tough thing for me. It's been a tough thing for me over the years. So I'm getting ready to retire. It's going to get better, and I know he'll be going on to bigger things with college or whatever else he decides to do with his life. I'll probably be working a part-time job somewhere. If I do decide to work somewhere else, I would like to work somewhere where I work day shift. I worked Monday through Friday, or maybe 2 or 3 days a week, and I don't have to work holidays, and I don't have to come in when it snows or in bad weather. That would be great, because that's basically what I do at work. Me and the other operators, we kind of switch out, but sometimes it falls on a Christmas, it falls on a Thanksgiving, or anything like that. And bad weather, this place, like I tell my son, this place doesn't shut down for bad weather. We have to go nonstop no matter what. We got to keep water out to the public. It's a very stressful job for that. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand that the water business is not as well funded as, say, an electric company or a phone company or any other utility that you have. I don't know if people just don't understand how much they need water, how much you have to have water to cook with, to drink, to use in your bathroom, to do your clothes. Everything requires water, but everybody sees water around them daily in the rivers and creeks and the rains and all that. They think, well, it's everywhere, so I shouldn't have to pay a lot for that. But we supply this service. Potable water is just water that's been used chemicals on to kill any bacteria and made safe to drink. And we supply this, and we ship it to your house through our lines. So it's a kind of a service that needs to have infrastructure done to it quite often, because we're dealing with this plant here has been here since, I think it's 64. I was born in '67, was here 3 years before I was born. It's a very dated plant, and it's not the only kind of plant around that's like this. Other states are the same way. It's hard to get people to appreciate the actual use of water and how important it is to your life. You can live without other things, but you can't live without water. So that's one thing I decided working here. When I got out of school, I went to college. I got my degree in the business administration, and my big lofty plans was to start a business, but never did have the money to do that. So I kind of fell into this job after I worked at a couple of theaters, which I've talked about in this on this channel. It was close to home, and I was working day shift then. And then after about 4 years, I hurt my back, and I got put on night shift and got my license to treat water. I kind of had a whole big change because I was getting out of the theater business because of weekends work and night work, and end up getting right back here with it. So I had bigger plans for my life. So I told my friends and family that I would like to pursue something more with my degree of business now that I have money coming in from here when I retire. So that would be a great starting point for me to be able to actually get to use my education for that purpose. That is what I'm striving to do, to be more comfortable with my hours. I'd like to have my own business, of course, and not really work for somebody else. So my plans are kind of open right now. I've not really got a specific thing I would like to go into. I already sell on eBay certain things, but I don't make enough money. It's just here and there. It's just a hobby type thing. I would like to do something more like that. Maybe start me a web page and sell merchandise that way, or sell stuff that I can create myself would be awesome. I love movies. I love everything about the movie industry. So I would love to do something that incorporated that, either selling Blu-rays, DVDs, if they're still around with the digital stuff coming out. That would be an awesome thing to try. I've got all these big plans, and I've not really sat down and now I know within a year I should, and really picked one. I've been trying to just kind of look at all the different options I have, and as this series goes on, I'll probably, as I get closer to retirement, have a more focused plan to tell you about. That's why I want to make these videos, to kind of look back on later and see what my thought process was when I was getting ready to retire, and where I ended up at the end of the period of time before retirement to the close, to be able to see how I came up with that and see how successful I could be. This is just the first part, and I will not release all these until I'm already retired. I just wanted to just kind of get my thoughts out there, kind of more like a diary type deal for me later on, so I can look back and see what I was going through at the time. When I retire, I'll release one episode probably a week of the 12. It'll probably take 3 months to see the whole thing. I may increase to 2 a week. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of like give you the heads up. If you're thinking, well, wait a minute, this ain't August 2019, this is August 2020. That's when I'll start putting them out, because I want it to be a complete thing before I actually get theirs. That's why the date discrepancy will be with this video. But I just want to say I really love doing this channel. I really appreciate every subscriber I have and all the views I've gotten. Me and Drew Drop are very appreciative of that. And I want you to know, even though I'm retiring from this job, doesn't mean there's anything I dislike about this job. The job itself, I don't like the hours and the nights and stuff, being away from Andrew, but the people that work here are the top of the line, great people to work with. I will miss them about this job. I will miss the camaraderie with my fellow workers, my night shift operators that we work together, and the day shift guys, women workers in the office here. I really, that'll be the hardest part for me of leaving, is being around them for 27 years. Some people longer than others, but I still got a bond with all of them. And my boss, we've been here from the very start. I mean, he was before me, several years before me, and I met him when I first got here back in '93 of April 12th. So it's going to be hard to say goodbye to them, which I live close and they'll see me and stuff, and I'll come by every once in a while to check in on them, even though they don't need me to check in on them, I know. But I just, for me, I'd like to see them and talk to them, because it's going to be a big transition for me, not being around them as much as I've been around them before. That is the basics of this video. I appreciate everybody coming and watching this video, and I thank you all for taking the time to watch this. And this is my journey into retirement. The first video, August 27th, 2019 is the start, to August 1st, 2020 at the end. I'll be seeing you on the next one in September, and we'll do another catch up there and see where I'm standing at that time. So I'd like to say thank you, and remember, the Badraven is your friend, and I really appreciate you. I really appreciate everyone at the flock. Well, I'm going to let you go, and we'll talk at you later, and goodbye.